trapping. Shout out to Boss Cowboy Sports, man. You know it's Boss Land, baby. Let's get it. What's happening, sir?
What's happening, man? I'm chilling.
Yes, sir. Another edition of Boss Land, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people rocking. Shout out to Common Sense Lab. Shout out to Swain. Shout out to Kelvin Hicks, Metris Adams, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Hit the like on both channels, man. Go over to the Boss Cowboy Sports and support. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Sorry for the tardiness. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about, Mr. Boss Cowboy.
Every day.
Yes, sir. You know the Cowboys gonna keep us busy, man.
Yeah, man. It ain't enough time in the day.
Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I know I was a little tardy. Let's go and get into it. What's happening, my brother? What's happening with you, man? What's going on? So,
doing good, big dog.
It's a couple of topics. If you want, you can holler at your people real quick if you want to. Make sure you holler at your folks.
I'm gonna let them come in the door for a minute. I'm setting up everything real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
but we can go ahead and get into the topic, man. Shout out to everybody rocking. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card, man. Let them know Boss Land is live and full, back in effect. You understand? We're a day late, but you know, better late than never. You understand? So it's a lot of topics going around here, man. You know, they were saying that Micah Parsons wanted to bulk up for full-time defensive end duties, man. What you feel about that, Mr. Boss Cowboy?
I just think it's just news that's cycling around because we starting to already get past draft. So attention is going to turn quickly to our biggest star, and he is our biggest star. It was a time in which Dak Prescott couldn't bump into somebody in TMZ.
Yeah.
I mean, club, like literally, like he bumped into somebody and it was on TMZ. Dak Prescott bumped somebody in the club. It's one of those things.
Yeah, instantly they're gonna have something to say. I thought it was gonna be a lot more significant, but when I looked at it, he just said he will not. He said he had 252 right now, and he said he won't go past 255. So them little 3 pounds, them won't do nothing. They won't change nobody's life, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It won't help him a whole lot in the good way or the bad way. I don't think.
And 3 pounds of real muscle is good armor.
Yeah.
5 pounds is even better. It's too early for me to know. The one thing I would say, financially, he wants to be a defensive end.
I bet he do.
He's also, even if he playing linebacker, is going to want to be referenced as a defensive end.
Yeah.
So, because, and I think he's being smart to position himself in the public as a defensive end.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is gearing up for contract talks and trying to make sure his name is categorized the right way. Because see, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be some sycophants, some kiss butts that's gonna try to suck up to them Joneses. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The Skip Baylesses, all those types. I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen. When it's contract time, they gonna want to start labeling him a linebacker.
Absolutely.
And they gonna be doing it because they gonna be looking out for Jerry. They gonna be trying to sway the public on how to categorize him financially. So it's a ugly game, and it just shows that he has good representation that's keeping him out in front of the tricks that's coming anyway.
Yeah.
So he trying to control the narrative. He should control the narrative because it's already getting closer to money time, and you need to be ahead of it versus behind it.
I like what you said, because defensive end money and linebacker money are two different ballparks. You know what I'm saying? And of course, in Micah's defense, he's been being utilized as a defensive end, so you might as well pay the kid as a defensive end, right? You know what I'm saying? That was, you remember what's so strange, you remember that episode that I was talking about it in, you just so happened to be on my show that day. And I was like, boss, what do you think Micah Parsons is? And I was like, wait, you can't count Micah Parsons as a linebacker. So it kind of all comes full circle when we think about it, because like I said, they were defensive end. So that's what he want to be paid as. And I think that's fair. You know what I'm saying?
Totally fair. And then another thing too, scheme-wise, obviously the defense suffered when he just played defensive end.
Yeah.
Now, the public and the national media, they're going to get it backwards. They're going to talk about his production as if he got it from playing mostly defensive end. That's not true. His most productive games was him moving around. So, and when we did take a look at him at just defensive ends, his sacks went way down quickly. So, I think it's important that the Dallas Cowboy community keep their eyes on the narrative, keep their eyes on the prize, and make sure that we out there pushing the real truth on what makes this defense effective. Because we also saw everybody else improve when Micah Parsons was moving around. Because from a schematic standpoint, when you also see Micah moving around, that means that offensive line, they're not in a routine of being able to pick up their blocks and get all their assignments right. You know, so sometimes you have people come free because of the chaos of moving him around.
Facts.
And the suddenness of moving them around. So like if we communicating and we trying to get our reads right and we trying to get our fronts right, and then all of a sudden he shifts before the snap, then everybody thrown off, boom, you know? So the advantages of moving around schematically, it just makes sense. It's just money-wise, he just want to make sure, pay me for sacks, don't pay me for a position title.
Absolutely, man. I got a little news I seen from Ty Archer real quick, so we're going to get into that real quickly. Let's see.
Ever get any push on your team?
Wait a minute. Bam. Now, they say the Cowboys are interested in getting Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, all new contracts as early as this offseason per Ty Archer. What you think about that, man? I think that's the right move. I don't like how they dragging their feet doing it, because we could have been better off financially. You know what I'm saying? They need to go and get this deal done ASAP, in my opinion.
Nah, absolutely. They definitely need to get it done ASAP. But at the same time, it's one of those things I don't even want to hear about it. I just want you to do it.
Yeah, you want to wake up and everybody sign.
Because the more I hear about it, the least confident I am. Because when y'all really do deals, y'all do them silently. When
they play dirty too.
Up to something. Yeah, when you talking, you up to something. You know, and that's the pattern of the Dallas Cowboys. So this is almost like kind of getting in front of it type of thing, where you want to have the impression, because of the anxiety of the fan base, to speak like we really trying to get something done. But what'll really show if they trying to get something done is in the next time they actually talk to Steven or Jerry, they need to ask them, have you talked to those guys? Have you talked to their representation? So if you haven't talked to their representation, then that tweet from Todd Archer is just talk, you know? So, you know, and it's one of those things that let it get it done, because you done already raised your price twice. Like now, where it was, where you could have got in for a Hurts type of deal, now you're going to have to go above Hurts, because Dak is not going under Hurts. He is not. I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't care what kind of goofiness going around. The Hurts is better. That's goofy. That's silly.
See, they victims of the, recency bias. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had a great year last year, and I think it's like a little over-exaggerated. I mean, his team had ultimate success. They just didn't close the deal. But him as a quarterback, if you just take that and put it in a vacuum and compare that to other quarterbacks, like how great was he really? You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. If you can almost mix and match that quarterback with almost a lot of these quarterbacks, and you would have got the same thing. That's why I'm telling people, it's not like he's just the second coming right now. Like, people want to praise this young man. I don't have too much hate for him. I still got a little dislike, but I don't hate the man. I'm happy to see him be successful, just not against my team. But I'm just saying, don't over exaggerate what you're seeing. Like, I can name about 10 quarterbacks that you could have replaced Hurts with and probably got the same results or even better. What you think about that?
I don't quite see it that way because Hurts fit Philly. You
He
know what I
fit
mean?
Philly perfectly though.
Everything about him fit Philly, right?
Yeah.
And the play style gave them advantage with that Wildcat QB.
Yeah.
Now people think I'm outside when I say that, but I'm not. And that's also, not saying he's a quarterback. That's just saying they're using his legs as an extra perimeter weapon.
Yeah.
So I can't say that other quarterbacks could do that because you have to be his type. So I would say a Fields could do it.
Yeah. When I said that, I'm speaking like they could have probably succeeded with their roster. Not really that play style. Not really that play style.
Okay. Now I agree. Now that I agree with. I think because they also weaponed them up. They gave him a good backfield committee that was real good, and then that number one offensive line is gonna always help you stay clean. And then on top of that, you got a Heisman winning number 2, and then they got the best free agent receiver. So yeah. When you give a good quarterback that type of weapons, they should do good. But I think the MVP style was more so based on the way that they used them, you know, because I don't know if everybody could have rose to the occasion like he did, especially in the Super Bowl, unless it was in a style that was just perfect for him. So I got to give Philly credit.
Yeah.
Cause see, it's like I don't like Philly, but I know what they're doing, and I can sit back and analyze and say, you know what, that's smart, man. Like, Philly smart is not Kellen Moore type of smart. Like Kellen Moore smart is like, look how genius I am, and look how I know all these terms. Philly smart is like the movie 300. They all come together, they get their shields, and they'll go against all you little monkeys that's out there just scrambling to be an army. They'll have all their shields together, and they'll say, "Whoo!" together, and they'll stab you with the spear. They just all together, a simple offense that fit and it's just work.
I can't get mad at that either. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it is smart. They understand. They ain't delusional about the limitations their quarterback might have, or the type of style of play they can have with this quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I think at times Dallas kind of over exaggerated what we might be capable of, and it kind of hurt us in the big games. Like, we can do a lot during the regular season, but in the big games, you need to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to be true to yourself and know who you are. And we really never established a real quality, tough identity. And Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy's on 2 different pages. And I think you did one of the best jobs of really breaking down Hurts' game on how it fit Philly. Yeah. I think we talked about that behind the scenes, man. Can you talk about that? Because you are Alabama fan, so you was able to perfectly translate what Philly did based on his strengths and weaknesses coming from Bama to OU. Can you elaborate, everybody, on both channels?
One of the things about it is, like, everything they asked Jalen Hurts to do was perfectly, like, in his wheelhouse. It was nothing outside of what he was capable of. So, like, that's why when you see me reacting to the things that he was doing, you might be like, Landlord hating. But it's like, I already got him doing that good. Like, he can pass to the tight end, he can scramble, he can do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to, like, saying that he grew as a quarterback, that's what I had a problem with. Because, like, all he doing is the normal Jalen Hurts stuff that he been doing since college. He was a little more accurate on the deep ball. They was moving the pocket. You know what I'm saying? He was scrambling. He's sneaking. This is normal Jalen Hurts stuff. So if you're talking about, like, him elevating his game, actually, I think the roster obviously elevated his game. You got 5-6 yards of separation from AJ Brown and the Slim Reaper. Like, come on, bro. These boys is loaded. Like, they offense, far as they receiving core, was top tier. You can't, man. Did you see that the yardage of separation he had in the Super Bowl? Everybody's raving, and Dak got to throw the ball through a keyhole every down. Like, that wasn't the same things. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't the same. Like, it's almost like, you know, somebody that grew up with a silver spoon compared to somebody who got it out the mud. Like, and both of y'all balling right now, but it ain't the same. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's a different circumstance that got a different result. So, but they try to put it on the same level, like it's just You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
not.
it's identical, but
And
it's not
then-
the same.
And on top of that, I was talking to Lord Brunson, and people got their issues with Lord Brunson, but when we actually talking ball, it's like sensible.
Yeah.
And he said something that was real. He was like, man, let's keep it real. Like, in terms of Dak Prescott rookie numbers being like Hurts MVP season numbers, let's keep in mind, which he was right on, Philly was putting away a lot of teams early, and that's true.
Yeah.
But that's also still a knock on Hurts, because then that also says that you haven't had your arm tested like Dak. See, Dak had to have 5 game-winning drives when he was a rookie.
Facts.
You only had 2 game-winning drives. That means Dak, even as a rookie, had those games put on his back. Now, I know a lot of like monkey talk out there says silly garbage like Dak don't carry teams, but even as a rookie, when 5 direct games was on your game-winning drive, that mean it was on you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things to where, we was talking about it and we got on Hurts, and I know we went deep into Hurts, but what we was talking about was this extension and this money from that tweet you showed.
Yeah.
So that means Dak should have already been first, to be honest, and they've already cost themselves. That's what we was getting to. So it's one of those things to where they need to go ahead and pay Dak, and they should have paid the mortgage first.
What
you always pay your mortgage first.
One thing I do want us to do is we need to just settle on the way we want to utilize Dak. That's what Philly did. You know what I'm saying? They just figured it out quick. They said, okay, Jalen Hurts needs to play like this. They said Jalen Hurts needs to play this way. You know what I'm saying? And I can't hate on that. But I see somebody, Ultra Cowboy, in the chat talking about Hurts is better than Dak. Bro, you cannot say that. In my opinion, you cannot say that when this man had you going off team success. Now, one thing I can give him credit for is he didn't blow it when it came to the big moments. He did, you know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do. But to say that he's just better after 1 year's success, and especially you being a Cowboy fan, he has done nothing against the Dallas Cowboys, bro. Nothing. Zero. Like, even when they beat us last year, this man had barely over 100 yards passing. So how is you just, I don't get how the Cowboy fans are so bullish on Jalen Hurts. Like, what? I don't get it. But I see y'all mad because he went to the Super Bowl. I see a guy that had a great team around him and did good. That's all I see. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. You can't convince everybody.
The difference is vast when it comes to play calling, right?
Yeah.
It's vast. Like, we did have a high-paced offense. We did used to put up points and stuff, and we did used to put up a bunch of yards. But we also used to tire out our defense. We did not play complementary football, and we did not close our games with. So when you looking at Philly and how they use Hurts, it's a vast difference in the common sense styles of play calling. Yeah. And that's also a major advantage that we have to give Philly versus Dallas. So now that we got Mike McCarthy calling plays, I think it mostly equaled out. Because now you're going to have complementary play callers on both sides, common sense on both sides, people that's going to know how to manage games, you know.
And I bet you
if somebody feel like that Hurts is better, I'm going to let you go ahead and believe that.
You can have that for this year. You can have that for this year.
You can have that, because see, some people judge it based on who got further.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of like
crazy.
A very minor. I think that's too
surface level.
Surface. But if that's your criteria, then cool. Now,
I can't argue with it if that's your standards.
If that's your criteria, then go with that. My criteria is going to be different from that. It's going to have like a lot more than that. It's going to have the degree of difficulty because, see, like you said, Dak had to throw through keyholes. Yeah. Right? Versus Hurts had
5-6 yards of separation, man. Both of them boys. Both of them boys.
His number 2 won the Heisman.
His
number 2 won the Heisman. Dak number 2 was Noah Brown, so let's come on now.
Hey,
so now that we got
he about to hey. See, this is why it's no comparison. You about to make me push all the buttons because this is why it's no comparison. This is you just explain why it's no comparison. When you sit up here and consider that Noah Brown was Dak Prescott number 2 receiver, compared to a Heisman Trophy winner in the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, and you sitting up here saying like we on the same playing field? Bro, if you put Jalen Hurts on this Dallas Cowboy team, we probably won 8 games last year. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. If you put that same Jalen Hurts on this Dallas Cowboys team and you swap them out, Philly probably would have won the Super Bowl with Dak, and we would have been an 8-win football team. Bro, Dak elevated a terrible wide receiving core. To be honest, CeeDee Lamb was the only thing we had. And Dalton Schultz, it shows you how much we thought of Dalton Schultz. We ain't even want to sign the man. So, you see what I'm saying? We ain't even play with the negotiation. Okay, we just said, go on about your business, sir. You know what I'm saying? And we look at Noah Brown. How could people even make the case like Dak didn't do what he's supposed to do? Think about that. Noah Brown was your second receiver, sir. You had Dennis Houston starting in the first week. But this is you saying Dak didn't get it done? I'm telling you who didn't get it done. It was your OC. Your OC lost to the D'Amico Ryans in that battle. And your front office did not come with enough firepower to get it done, bro. Look who we had. He took away Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson. So if you sit up here and think that was enough to get it done, that's what I don't get.
Well, it's one of those things too, Landlord, to where honestly some of our fans are pausing because especially people that's not used to listening to people like me and you that's gonna really give them the real facts about their team without the spin. Yeah. When they step outside the house and they step outside the trap, what they hearing, nothing but propaganda. What they hearing, everybody saying Hurts is better. So you walking amongst the enemy getting advice instead of walking amongst your friends.
Facts.
See, now that you're amongst your friends, we go tell you what's really going on, that these boys is hating on your team, and you need to go ahead and stick with what the facts are. But once again, if your only criteria is that he went to the Super Bowl as being better, then go ahead and measure it like that. What Landlord and I'm measuring it on is just basically all of the gumbo put together.
Yeah.
You know,
this one thing I gotta say something to him about. I'm sorry, boss, but he said this year will prove me right. Now, see, that right there lets me see that you rooting against your team. It's no way you can convince me that. Like, you shouldn't want to be right if you really a Cowboy fan. Like, why would you be? You will bet your money against your team. Sound like
your team. Oh man, I was trying to be nice to him till he said that right there.
Bro, he said this year will prove me right. So that you betting against Dak Prescott and your Cowboys. You're not a real fan in my opinion. I don't care what nobody say. We be trying to be nice, but if you betting against your team, that's not the way a Cowboy fan would operate. I'm sorry. I
totally agree with you, bro, and I 1,000,000% stand all the way on the shoulder with you, bro. It's because we gotta uphold a standard over here, bro. I'm sorry, it gotta be a standard because our fan base so big that we let a lot of Lucky Charms in. I'm gonna be all the way honest.
Facts. We got a lot of people who shouldn't be around.
Cause even like I got my opinions on the draft, but I'm always ending it with, man, I want to be wrong on anything I'm saying. You know what I mean? That could be negative.
Absolutely. I pray I'm wrong about the Schoonmaker pick.
Call it the way I see it, cause I'm not gonna risk my reputation for positive pom-pom fans.
Facts.
Cause it's a whole lot. I done grew my whole channel on being honest and going against the crowd, so I'm not gonna be a pom-pom dude ever in my life.
Big
but
shots.
At the same time,
hey man, talk your talk, boss. Talk your talk, sir.
Yeah. I ain't gonna never be no pom-pom dude. So, but this the deal. Whatever I say, like for instance, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Pick 58. That's a controversial pick for us, right?
Yeah.
The tight end, right? Shoom. So it's controversial because look at the history of it. The history of tight end is bad in terms of its instant impact. So now let me say it again, in terms of it immediately paying off, right? Yep. So since we know that it's bad, and most of us thinking, what are the pieces that move us all in and over obvious contention, you can see some of us kind of scratching our head.
Yeah.
And the chances of him even coming out doing even 300 yards is hard because he gonna likely be tight end too. I want everybody to go look at the Dallas Cowboy history of tight end twos and their production. They don't get you even 300 yards usually, and they can be good. It's just that we don't feature tight end twos, and as a tight end two, you usually like the sixth option. So it's like just even where he coming in makes me say the instant impact go be like womp womp. But I want to be wrong on that though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want him to be 1,000. I want to be eating crow every week.
Yeah.
So we talking about the standard. Like it's
a
telling it
difference.
what you see versus hoping on something else. You did show yourself with
That's why I said, bro, I had to stop him right there. When you said you betting on it and you saying it with your chest, that's crazy to me, bro. That's crazy to me. I can't fan that way, bro. I can't fan that way. And if anything, I'd be confident in saying my team gonna win. You crazy. Like, ain't no way I'm finna stand for that. No. That won't be tolerated in the trap or in Boss Cowboy Sports. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing that. That's craziness. No, you betting against your team.
You saw I was giving him an olive branch at first. I was Mr. Olive Branch. I was, well, if his standard is this and this and that. But then when you say, I'm going to be right that Hurts is better.
He said this season going to prove me right.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy to me, bro. I don't want to be right about none of my bad takes on the Cowboys. I just tell the truth. See, don't get it confused. When I tell the truth, if I feel that way, I feel that way. But at the same time, I pray these players prove me wrong. I pray I'll be the first person up here saying that Schoolmaker is a beast, and I'm happy. You wouldn't even find me being mad about it. I'd be like, yes. No. I'd be so happy. So happy.
Yeah.
Just like LVE. I wasn't making content at the time, bro, but I was mad about the LVE pick. When he came out there and balled, I said, thank God. I was happy.
Right.
I was happy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's all right. So hopefully, homie, we just telling you how to fan, because you did go a step too far. You ain't got to publicly apologize. We not the police of behavior over here. But at the same time, it's just showing some etiquette and respect for the people who ride together. You know what I mean? Just that is a bridge too far. So we ain't gonna never say don't speak your mind, though. That's one thing we ain't gonna never say. We want you to speak your mind. But when you start going into hoping to be right on something negative, that's a bridge where it becomes about you and what your judgment and what you look like versus what you actually hope your team do.
Shout out to you, got us the poor with the 555. She says, we spend enough time defending our team to the ops. It's crazy when you got to do it to a so-called fan. Hey, man. Anyway, good afternoon and peace to everybody. That's a great way to put it, man. We spend enough time going to war with the ops, and we got to come home and fight another battle. We can't even lay down. You know what I'm saying? We can't even lay down.
That sound like what some of us go through, man. You done fought all day with corporate. You done fought all day getting a loan. You done fought all day and you come home, you can't get a sandwich.
You can't even get a sandwich. They don't even give you a hug walking in the door.
So then I got to get rid of those types, bro.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You get rid of them.
Yeah.
You fire them.
You got to get something better than that.
Get out my circle, baby. You can't be in my circle.
Facts.
All right, but yeah, man, I know we banged them. What else we got on the menu?
I got Brian Baldinger, a couple of his thoughts on Micah bulking up. So let me hear what you think about this.
Get any push
on your defense? Real quick. I'm sorry, bro. I got a super chat. He said, would these Dak haters be saying this if our defense could stop the Rams running game back in 2018, or if Aaron Rodgers didn't make that stupid throw? Yeah, they would. I know they would. Like the people that don't like Dak, they go always find anything negative. They gonna find it.
Any single thing they trying to get it out. They want to put that to the forefront.
They go find anything negative. So
yeah.
Dak can have a perfect passing rating, right? But he might have been a little bit behind on the throw. They go ignore the passing rating, and they go say Dak throws behind his receivers.
It lets you know how a lot of these people don't watch other football. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, we see Patrick Mahomes, them, everybody throw balls out, off target, Aaron throws. It happens all game for everybody.
Every game to everybody.
Yeah,
It's common.
You
It's
miss wide open throws. Every quarterback miss a wide open touchdown every now and then. It just happens, bro. That's just football.
But those are the ones they find with our quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't see it with no other quarterback, but they find it with our quarterback, and it be your own people.
That's the problem for me. That's the problem.
And you know what, man? I think the Holy Ghost got us going here, bro, because we keep coming back to etiquette, man. So let's go ahead and let the Lord use us real quick.
Man, don't do it now.
Real quick, I just off in the preach right now, bro.
Go on, get the preacher there.
Go for me, man. The Lord got me going here, bro.
Go on, get it to him, man. Get it to him, man.
Bro. I think we supposed to be having church in here, so let's talk.
Let's get it.
So listen, y'all. The next time we at war with Philly, don't come in to back Philly. That's just, see, we got to talk about that. Yeah, because see, me and you will be boxing somebody on Twitter. Like, for instance, I put out what I put out showing that Hurts MVP season was right at what Dak did as a rookie. Why was it also Army? Yeah, one more time. I'm going to get the rhythm. So I'm going to get now I got the rhythm now. So I put it out.
All right.
That Hurts. Man, you off the rhythm, bro. I'm trying to get you on rhythm, man.
I'm thinking you. I was finna catch you. My bad. Go on, get it to him. I'm going to catch you.
All right, here we go. So I put it out there, Hurts MVP season. You too slow, man.
Hey, you a little lagging, man. Oh no. But I was just gonna jump in. Go ahead.
Church, man. Go ahead. All right, but this is the deal. So I put out that Hurts MVP season was around what Dak was, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm taking a shot at Philly because they really was pumping him up, right?
Yeah.
That is not the time, Cowboy fans, to come in there with the let me be real as a Cowboys fan that Dak is better, Hurts is better than Dak. And when you actually see me out here shooting them and they shooting back at me, and then all of a sudden I got hit in my back from my own people.
You over there supporting the stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, wait. I'm fighting them and I got to fight you?
We have our biggest battles with Cowboy fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's sad about it. But like you said, man, I just don't get it, man. Like, let's see what Brian talking about real quick, though, because he has some interesting things to say.
Like, it's just you winning on the outside, and there's nobody else winning. Like,
hold up.
The good, the bad, and where he needs help. So I text him about 100 pass rushes into it. I'm like, dude, does anybody ever get any push on your defense?
Man, did you hear that, boss?
Yes.
He said he watched 100 reps and then asked Micah Parsons, do anybody get pushed in the middle of your defense? Let's see what he said.
It's just you winning on the outside, and there's nobody else winning, like play after play. He goes, just tell me, don't watch all these balls. Just tell me how I can get better. So I tell him what I think that he could do better. And then I'm like, it's just obvious. Like, they've got no interior push. Like, I live in Philadelphia. I see Javon Hargrave crush the pocket. I watch the Kansas City Chiefs win a Super Bowl. I watch Chris Jones just crush the pocket from the inside. The Cowboys don't have anything like that. And I'm not denigrating any of their players on their team, but that's not what they can do. And I thought that would be the best thing that could help Micah. Not just help Micah, like pad his stats and get 20 sacks like he's capable of, but it would lead to even more takeaways because the pressure that Micah is putting on him, they should have caught a lot more interceptions than they did. And so I just thought that was as good as the defense has been, which has been good. They could be better. And I thought a guy like
he said they could be better, boss. Hey, I agree with him, man. What you thinking about what he said about Micah Parsons?
Well, that's one of the reasons we got Mozzie.
Yeah.
Because, and shout out to the fan base out here, man, because a lot of people right now, they don't really like some of the things we saying because they want us to be positive. But see, this is the thing. A lot of us, you, Wes, a lot of the nation been calling for that interior guy for years. Like, I can go pull up super old pages that were me and West Coast was doing shows talking about getting the one tech up in here. So finally, it got loud enough from people like Brian, right, who was sounding the alarm, and Will McClay was using his common sense because he just did an interview about this, and he said one of the things that stood out to him was how the defense greatly went down with the absence of Hankins and with
Yeah.
the absence of Carlos Watkins. So that's what led to a bigger emphasis on one text and three texts that's actually massive humans. So we are actually here because of the massive lobby. And it just shows that we got ahead of that and we finally got that message in the building. So for people that want people to be silent on trash stuff we see, don't get quiet.
Yeah.
And don't get quiet because people scared and it's the off season and they want positive energy. Positive energy don't do nothing.
It ain't gonna
It's
have
been
you with a
positive.
win.
It's been positive energy for 27 years. The Dallas Cowboy fan base has been growing steadily and greatly for 27 years. You can get no more positive than that. So
Yeah.
positive has always been here. But what gotta be here more than just your energy is your willingness to talk and your willingness to put in the work.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
saying we need to take a light break, OG, because I got about 116 watching on me, and I see only
Man.
about 43 likes.
Yeah.
So
Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card, man. Support the movement, man. You know we trying to have Boss over here more often now. Don't have him saying he don't want to come no more.
yeah, no, they need to hit that.
Y'all
I
make
need
sure
to hit my
y'all
own like.
support
I'm
now.
over here. I'm hitting it now too, y'all. Look,
Yeah.
I just hit my own like. I
Yeah.
promise to God, I just did. So I just needed to remind my damn self.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. But man, yeah, man, you hit the nail on the head though, man. When you was saying about how it supposed to go, man, cause well you just had I was just on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, we were talking about how basically that Massey pick was about, what
Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
was talking about.
yeah. See, he was saying no push in the middle, and he said he watched over 100 pass rush. See, that's what's gonna open it up for us. For Micah Parsons, for D Law. You're gonna have a more effective defensive line with a big guy in the middle that can actually penetrate and push. And he went on to say something like along the lines of how they was using him at Michigan. It was like a 2-gap scheme where he was really just supposed to hold up and read the run. Because, it's a whole different kind of way they play football in college. You know what I'm saying? They do RPOs almost every play, so you got to be always aware of the run and stuff like that. So if you're a defensive tackle, you almost go run first and then everything else. You know what I'm saying? You can even tell from how his stance was, like, that he wasn't just trying to pass rush and penetrate up the middle of the pocket. So I think the Cowboys going to alter a lot of that. They're going to probably tweak his stance. They're going to tweak the way we even used him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going to let him penetrate, I feel like.
Yeah, and on this draft, I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. The Dallas Cowboys have done what they always do. They got good players.
Yeah.
Okay? I want everybody to know the players that they got are good. They can play. They have a good system of being able to get players that can play. The only issue is most of them, and it's not even their fault, it's really because we draft so well, they couldn't play anyway. Just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Like, we really just had one spot or two that was like kind of blinking. Left guard, running back. That was blinking. Anywhere else was going to be depth.
Yeah.
No matter where the place was, it was going to be depth. And even to those places, they depth as well. Because whoever even would have came in at left guard would have had a mirage of having to compete with some people. So because of the massive depth in that area. So I want people to just really know, now we got it right. It's just that we not going to see some of these guys and most of these guys until the maybe a year from now. Like, so for instance, Israel McQuamu, he was somebody that was put on that developmental plan. Are we mad at it now? No. It just took a little while for it to start cooking. And we gonna probably get more of that cooking going into next year. But we never got the full cooking his year one because he one of those players that had to get it up in special teams.
Yeah. Yeah, you right about that. So it felt like this was kind of like a filling in the voids and like a depth type of draft almost. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
call it a budget draft.
you really gotta almost have to be like that though, cause our team
Yeah.
is strong. It is strong with the K, like I say.
And
You know what I'm saying?
and that's balance. And
Yeah.
that's the balance right there. Is where we mad is like you was gonna be mad anyway. It's, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have to be like that to where, like, what we didn't want was those main picks to not carry the left guard, because
Yeah.
that's what's bothering everybody.
We should have went guard in the second round. That's the biggest problem I had with this draft.
Right. Or you should have gave your second round away to go up and get your guy.
Facts.
Like, go get the guy. You said Matthew Bergeron was a guy that you was heavy about. Well, give away that third rounder. Like, even
give away Overshawn. Yeah, give away Overshawn pick and go get you an O-lineman.
Because that's a contention pick. If you get that guy, now you like, I got a mauler. He's still going to have to beat these other guys out. But his upside and his pedigree is better than those guys.
So when do you even see Overshawn start? I don't even see Overshawn playing. Like, I don't see him taking reps from nobody outside of injury.
Let's. You know what? I want to be honest about this, bro. I've been thinking about this, bro. And tell me what you think.
You a UT guy, right?
Hey, man, no.
Oh, you don't like Texas? Who you like?
Man, I'm U of H. I played ball.
Oh yeah, you Houston. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. Boss said no.
But I'll say this though, by Overshawn and that position. Notice that we got about 5 tweener linebackers.
Yeah.
So you count Bell, Israel,
Cox.
You count Overshawn, Cox, and Curse. That's 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with it. Why? Because you putting them balls down in a box. What started happening with Curse last year? Shoulder coming out, getting injured.
True.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So, you know, and you got Donovan in that box a lot. Man, it looked pretty when we watch it from TV. It's car accidents down there, y'all.
It's hard on them guys. It's hard on the safety playing linebacker. So you right.
So Overshawn is like the perfect tweener.
Yeah.
And on top of that, maybe you are unsure of the knee of Cox, so you want to make sure that position in that tweener is always ready to go.
Yeah.
Because you might end up having to use it. Curse have him another shoulder issue. Or if he start going down because of that shoulder, because let me tell y'all something, I'm going to be all the way honest with you. I had multiple shoulder separations. Your shoulder keep coming out once it comes out. And you got to be a special player to know that a bone just came out your arm. And you pop your own, because I've done it. I popped my own shoulder in. I didn't have the best games, though, being honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was because mentally – your bone just came out your arm and you still on the field. It don't compute sometimes.
Yeah, doom and
like,
go.
I popped my own shoulder in, bro. True story. I popped my own shoulder in, got up and kept playing, bro. I was tripping, but in my mind, so I'm trying to imagine him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going through what I went through. So Overshawn coming in with healthy bones makes sense.
Yeah. See, yeah, so
what you think of that, though? What you think? Because I was thinking he might end up playing.
So basically you saying, like, more than likely, these players, like our tweener players, usually get nicked up and Overshawn to be there to, you know, be the substitute. That's what you basically saying.
Yeah, I'm just thinking there's question marks in the room.
Yeah.
So, like, because tweener linebackers is too important to the modern NFL. Will McClay talked about it 2 days ago. Mike Marks actually talked about it when he talked about Dak Prescott better than Hurts. Like, everybody went hard and flagged that I believe he's better than Hurts part, Dak better than Hurts part.
Yeah.
But to me, the real meat of the interview was him talking about the trend of the league in the last 10 years, going with leaner linebackers to take advantage or to counter the spreading of offensive packages and mismatches.
And covering them tight ends and stuff.
So when he talked about that shows why we have 5.
Yeah.
And then when we look around the league, the same thing going on around the league. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that make me say there's a chance because of Cox's knee, Kurt's shoulder, and then Donovan Wilson is honestly not built like a pure tweener linebacker,
He's so
even though they use
small.
him
When
like
you look
that.
at him on
He's
film, bro,
small
he's so
enough.
small, but he just a dog.
He
That's
getting
what
it
it is.
done,
Yeah, he a
but
dog with it.
how long you go keep him down there with them car crashes
You ain't
before it
lying.
break him?
Cause I know his agent had to have a discussion with him. Cause after a while, bro, you gonna get nicked up being at that size as reckless as Dono play. For sure.
And I'm gonna say this too, bro. Overshawn is my next film, bro. And I ain't lying. I'm excited to roll this one out.
Yeah.
You know when you know this because you do good films. I watch your films.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You do good films, bro.
Oh, your
But you
boy
gonna know what I'm
OC been
talking
cooking
about.
too.
Have you ever been cutting up a film and you getting excited as you doing
Yeah,
it? You know what I mean?
yeah.
You be like, oh, I'm telling you, that dude Overshawn is like. I liked him when we drafted him.
Yeah.
I like him a whole lot more since going through about 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, this dude.
He gonna be a gangster. So yeah, I'm with you though, but you know some people push back slightly and be like, well, we got Marquise Bell and we got Izzy and stuff, but like at first it really was revealing to me this Overshawn pick, cause what it revealed was I always had a question: did Dan Quinn really play that big nickel, smaller lineup out of necessity, or is that really how he want to play? And with him drafting Overshawn, it looks like that's just the style he want to play in. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm thinking he wasn't super confident in some of our linebackers, but it looks like this is just the style he want to rock out at. What you think about that?
Yeah, he's where the modern NFL is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He's that guy that when you show up with Kittle, he got an answer for you.
He got
if
cursed.
you show up with Kelsey, he got an answer for you.
Yeah.
And you can't just take those guys and say, okay, they little, we go running on you. Because guess what? I got a guy that's built like a linebacker that can cover though.
Yeah.
So the problem with people that'll say Bell is, let's just be honest. You know this from playing receiver, right?
Yeah.
It's a receiver mentality. It's a running back mentality. There's a cornerback mentality. There's a safety mentality. There's very few that's both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a corner mentality, if we more finesse, we more feet work, we more ball skillish.
Yeah.
A real safety mentality is a downhill killer.
He coming to
He's
hit.
probably smart. He communicates well.
Yeah.
He knows what he's saying. He's able to pick up the trends where corners don't have to. But safety's got to see the field better.
Yeah.
So when you get a guy that's both,
different.
And and see, even Cox had corner feet, safety instincts, ball skills, but we all coming in said that dude can't tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, Overshawn is different.
He can actually tackle too. Yeah.
He'll bang your face off like more than tackle. He will knock your whole face mask off your face. I got a super chat. He said, "What's up, Boss and Landlord? Great show. I think Dallas is going to automatically start Shoemaker over Jake Ferguson to justify the pick."
I hope not.
I'm gonna just tell y'all where I am right now on my film research. Shoemaker is not better than Ferguson and was not better than Ferguson coming out.
Straight up. Because I was just watching some
That's where I am right now. And I'm going to go public with this. I'm just combing it.
Yeah.
I'm just combing it through. Because see, because I hear a lot of people saying this and that. It's like, I'm going to put it all the way out in the light. And I'm going to show all passing plays, all running plays. It ain't going to be no mix of plays. It ain't going to be no highlights and lowlights. We going to be able to judge it. And I'm telling y'all right now, Ferguson is a better tight end right now.
That's what I was saying. I was watching Mizey from 2021 and they played Ferguson now. I think Wisconsin. And Ferg was eating in that game. So, I mean, they better quit playing with Ferg, bro. Like, Ferg can play football.
Quit playing with Ferg, bro, because, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I got the film proof that Ferguson was out here pancaking first-round defensive ends.
Yeah.
See, this stuff that they saying about Shoemaker, it's a lot of inflation going on. It is. He's a good blocker, but he is not like Ferguson. Ferguson is a finisher and a good blocker.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. There is a big difference. Like Shoemaker, he clean. He go get his blocks. He a professional blocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
He
like
ain't gonna do
how
nothing
he
extra.
moved though. He moved well for
Yeah,
a big guy though. Yeah.
I don't see it.
You don't
Not
see
where
him
I
moving
am.
well?
No.
I like him
don't.
down the seam. I can see it.
don't,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? I can see it, but
I
I don't know about
I
right
don't
now.
see it. I'm gonna tell you, I don't see it at all. But see, no, and I'm gonna show it too. Cause see, some people be thinking I'm hating on people. I ain't hating on this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm a cornerback, bro. I got very good eyes at knowing danger when I see it.
Yeah.
Like it's like Landlord talking about a corner. If Landlord telling you about a corner, he know what he looking at because he used to fight him every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm looking at a weapon and I'm like, no, bro, I don't see the nuanced route running that people saying. But I did reach out to the OC. He told me what games to go watch. I'm gonna go watch 2 more games.
Yeah.
But after I cut them things up, if I'm still seeing the same thing, I'm gonna fight the whole crowd on this. And y'all ain't gonna be able to talk me out of it because it's gonna be like, no, bro.
I love it.
And I'm gonna show y'all. And when I show y'all, don't act like you don't see what you see.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm seeing, bro. I'm being all over. But this is where I am so far until I go watch the last 2 games the OC told me to watch. What I see right now is a guy that does not get separation. He does not. That does not mean he can't learn it, though. Because, see, Schultz did come in without that. Schultz did not have good nuanced route running. He didn't. But by year 3, Schultz was nice. Like Schultz would put that wiggle on you. He would put that hip, that dead leg on you.
Lundewell gonna get him right though. I think Lundewell can get him right though.
And I do trust Linda Wells, but for people that's out here trying to sell me that he gonna be like their year 1, so far I ain't buying it. But let me finish the film.
Yeah.
I'll be done after today. I will likely present it either tomorrow or Monday. And then after I show it, I ain't gonna be hearing nothing because this is the film.
It's gonna be a mic drop.
I ain't trying to hear no lip rap.
It's gonna be a mic drop after you show it like that. Yeah.
And I'm sick of highlight analysis. I'm sick of that. It's highlight analysis. You go get one little clip of him making one play and you talking all glowing.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest on analysis.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go ahead and expose one more video that I know I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to give y'all a preview.
That's good.
This is wee-woo season, y'all. I'm going to just let y'all know. This is the season of wee-woo. You getting a whole lot of wee-woo because a whole lot of us want to grow. And one of the best ways to grow when everybody's sitting here watching and wondering what happened and hoping that we go win a Super Bowl is to feed people nothing but smoke and fake optimism.
Fact.
It is wee-woo season. And only the real go tell you the real right now because it's a ton of fake. It's gonna be a ton of people that's gonna close their eyes to the risk just so they can get a sub.
So they can get some numbers. So they can go viral.
It ain't gonna be for me, bro.
Yeah.
What you gonna know me from is telling the truth. Every one of y'all gonna know me and Landlord. Let me stop, bro. I'm getting too close.
Nah, go ahead and get to it. Now, I love it. Because this what we stand for. You got to stand on it. What I look like telling y'all a lie and then watching it play out. I feel so phony.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here like, dang, I done told these people Schoonmaker wasn't going to be making scones. And this... I said this man wasn't going to be making scones and he go out there and just full of them. So I can't sit up here and lie to y'all, man.
No, man, we can't lie to the
I can't live with myself after that. I couldn't.
And see, and that's why I gave his I call it contention grade a F. But his no, for real. I'm for real. Like, even on Sky Show today, Sky asked the crowd, what's the impact grade, instant impact grade? Most people had 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. I had a 1. I had a 1 because this is my deal. You likely not gonna beat out Ferguson because you honestly at this point not even better.
Hold on, wait a minute, boss. Wait a minute. Here's what I want to do. We gotta assess this. We don't see him fairly beating out Ferguson because it could be some more nefariousness going on, bro. If
hit that record one more time,
hey,
bro.
You gotta stop that.
You're right. Given no politics,
no BS, no wee woo, cause it could be some wee woo in there, bro. Cause like we said, that's a second round pick, bro. They might be pushing this dude.
They could try to put their thumb on the scale. I'm with you.
I hope not,
But
bro.
I put it like this. He not better than Ferguson. I'm gonna just say that right now.
I
He
want
is
to say
definitely
that
not
one
better
more
than Ferguson.
time. He is not better than Ferguson. Because I feel the same way. That's the first. If you watch my reaction at the draft, I said the same exact thing. I said he is not better than Ferguson. He is not better than Hendershot right now. So what y'all just drafting this dude for? Like he just gonna just change your life? It makes no sense. It's super future to me.
And it don't mean he's not good either.
No, it don't.
Both things can be true. He can be real good, but just not better than Ferguson.
Because this is his first year. These boys got a year under their belt.
Year.
You know what I'm saying?
And they know the offense. Yeah, and they know the offense. So on top of that, this is the reason why I can't call it a contention pick. Like, so a contention pick is still different than a good pick.
Yeah.
He can be a good pick. He just wasn't a pick that's trying to win right now. Because even next year, as a tight end 2, which is he'll probably be at best, right?
Yeah.
If he tight end 2, the production from my tight end 2s historically, it's going to only get you at best 300 yards. Maybe at best 3 touchdowns. So that's not impactful. That is a role player at 58. And that's also okay. But I'm not going to sell everybody that this is getting ready to be a 600, 700-yard guy with 5, 6 touchdowns. That's not going to happen. The only way that's going to happen is he will have to be tight end 1.
Yeah, yeah. Especially now, with the receiving core we got.
I can see 600. Because I looked at the history of all our tight ends. And I want y'all to do this too. Go back to Witten and go look at Witten around 2018 and go forward.
Yeah.
All our tight end ones will give you 600, at the most 800 yards. And even 800 yards is a lot because it was a system to where the tight end was force-fed through Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So under this system, your perimeter weapons go get more of the action than your tight end.
I just about to say you upgraded your receiver, so you know the tight end play gonna go down a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So this is not saying he's not a good player. It's just that when I measure all the Kool-Aid and put all the ingredients in the right way, I don't see it coming out as, damn, that sure helped our season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. And then even as tight end 2, which we only run the packages only about 30% of the time, we hardly passing out them things. You know, so that means we're gonna have to be running to his side. And he will be having to making significant blocks to even increase greatly his impact value.
That's the one thing that concerns everybody. I feel like everybody's concerned that we really truly got one real starter out of this draft. Look like, you know what I'm saying? One true starter, and that's Mozzie. Like we know if Mozzie don't beat out them boys, if Mozzie don't beat out them boys clearly. But this could be ugly for us. Neville Gallimore and Bohan and them and stuff. If he don't come in day 1 and it's like understood, like, hey, he that dude, that'll be ugly. That'll be ugly.
Well, it's pretty. It's pretty. Can we flip it?
Go ahead.
It's pretty because that mean our team too good.
That mean them boys elevated their game too though. But I'm talking about retaining to this draft.
We good. That means we better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good problem. That's why, like, see, people kind of misunderstanding some of our analysis.
Yeah.
So when that's why, in my opinion, we have to separate the immediate impact or contention opportunity of these drafts with the long-term potential.
Facts.
Because the 2-3 year potential, I love almost every one of these picks.
Yeah,
I think this is a very good developmental room. I'm cool with a developmental plan. I'm cool with some of these young bulls coming in here getting their beaks wet on special teams.
Yeah,
and then they get to eat a full meal as a real bird the following year. I love it. I think it's gonna be good. You know, I think we go. You know, but in terms of for those of us who wanted just more aggression, you ain't get it.
I want to win now. That's why I'm not feeling it all the way. You know what I'm saying? I liken it to like, I feel like this was more of a vegetable draft. You know what I'm saying? It had no snacks, no treats for us. You know what I'm saying? It was just straight broccoli and carrots. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. Like look, this is exactly when you shake the box, the gift at Christmas, and you hear them clothes in there. Like, it ain't what you wanted, it's what you needed. That's what I look at it like. You know what I'm saying? It was clothes in there, man. You know, look, I don't know if y'all was little boys like me, but I used to go in there and shake every gift. If I hear some clothes, I'm disappointed. Like, you know, when you real young, you like, that ain't what I want. I wanted a game. I wanted a toy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the clothes is more like what you needed. So I look at mine as like what you needed. Schoolmaker is still it's semi head scratcher to me still. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cope with it. I'm trying to find a way to rationalize it in my head. But because I still don't see him beating out these guys. I felt like we had McDonald's at home. We didn't need to go get nothing else. We got a super from B-Bird. What B-Bird said?
He said that Shun pick is the most controversial, which means that the Joneses will make sure he starts to prove themselves right. I'm out. I'll see y'all later.
Don't say that, man. Please don't do us like that. Don't do us like that, B-Bird. That's gonna hurt too much, man. I don't want it to be one of them, what you call it, one of them Stephen Jones experiments. I don't want that to happen, man. We don't have time to be experimenting in that magnitude right now, bro. We too close. That's why I wanted us to get some real gangsters in this draft. We look like let's just be honest, boss. It looked like we went mostly Future. Like, it looked like we went mostly Future to me. Like,
we had to though. We did. We
went straight Future, but we was on the podium saying we need to win now.
You know what? Can I say it like this? I think I'm a perfectly blended. I got another super chat. He said, "Let's be real. We shouldn't want rookies to start outside of the first round. You depend on rookies. Your team is trash. That's facts, common sense."
True. Unless you get some damn good rookies, though.
Let me say this though, just real quick. I think we went too much Future.
That's my point. Yeah, that's my issue.
I knew we was going to meet in the middle on that.
That's my issue. Yeah.
Because some Future is not bad in the draft. You know what I mean?
You remember I think we discussed it. I said around about third or fourth round, I'm fine with Future.
Go Future.
Yeah, I'm fine with Future then. Man. You went Future in the second.
You know what? We need us a B-roll with Future on
that. Future.
That would be a perfect Future. Boy, we need to do another show. We will have Future the next one, bro.
Yeah. We got to whip that up. Yeah,
we gonna whip up Future, man, with them red bottoms on. But real, yeah.
So you say some of these picks belong to the streets? That's what you say.
Oh man, some of these picks, no, they belong in the house. They not no house whores. These are some good girls.
Yeah.
No, none of these whores. They don't belong to the streets. I ain't gonna put that on. But I will say, it was too much Future.
Yeah.
To me, like, I wanted a mix. I wanted you to be aggressive early to get what you need, pay your mortgage. And then then if you got to replace Tank by round 4 with what you got, cool. If you trying to replace Boss Man Fat with the corner from Ole Miss, cool.
Yeah.
If you think in depth at tackle into the future, with what you got out of North Carolina, okay, fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you now go get your running back, that's one of the best values. Oh, fantastic. Do your thing. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things. It's that second round pick, bro. It's that one.
That's a thorn in everybody's side, look like.
But let me say this. I'm also fully prepared to eat crow and want to eat crow. Let me tell you why I'm prepared to eat crow. I'm prepared because I said this last night when me and the OC was talking. I said there's one part that we do not see. It's one. We do not see how they preparing.
True.
We don't see that. We are blind to if Ball actually made the offseason gains. And this is the deal. The biggest gain that all players make is between year 1 and year 2.
Yeah.
Okay? Ball's first true year was last year. So his growing pains is behind him now. Now he done got the jitters out. Now he done got cooked. Because we all remember what happened to Steele year one. See,
He
let's,
got he
you know what I
got
mean?
he got drugged.
And I'm not saying he's Steele, because Steele is Steele. I knew Steele was freakish coming in. I got the documentation of it in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Ball, he might make that year 2 jump. Matt Lewesko might make that year 2 jump. They the ones who seeing them dudes in the weight rooms. They the ones who getting the reports of their weigh-ins every day, not us. You know
I'm
what I mean?
glad you said that, man, because a lot of people miss. They leave that out, that it is a level of information the Cowboys have that we don't have. So go ahead.
Yeah,
I
we
just
don't know
wanted to
that.
make sure.
That part we don't know.
Yeah.
So, and this is where I'm going to be fully prepared to give Steven glowing credit.
Yeah.
So let's say Ball go out there and do his thing. Cause see, I did a side-by-side comparison between Collins and Ball, right? I had no problems with Ball on run blocking, and I'm gonna be honest, I was actually impressed.
So he
I
gonna
had a
translate the
problem with
guard a
his
little
pass
better
protection.
than shit.
He might do something.
Yeah.
And if he do something, and I know Stephen Jones basically held his you know what's the whole time and did not panic, I'm gonna say, you know what, bro, I gotta give Stephen a lot of props.
He got a poker face on him, don't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Cause cause the knowledgeable fans of what was in that draft class, you pissed us off.
Yeah.
But you was willing to go against the crowd because you knew that dude was actually, ready, and you was seeing his work.
Yeah.
And if you end up being right, just as aggressive as I was about what the is this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be just as aggressive on say I stand with my man Stevens and I rock with him on his plan. And we need to start kind of getting off his balls.
Yeah.
Because if he really come through on left guard from within, and it's not messy, I ain't talking about one of them accidents.
Yeah.
I'm talking about where we saw y'all intentionally work out a thorough, smart plan to figure out your guard. If it don't working, I'm going to give him a lot of credit this year.
Shout out to B Bird with the 499. He said we should be counting our blessings that Kincaid was gone because we wouldn't have Mizey. I don't know why the front office was hell bent on getting a tight end early. Me either, B Bird. That's what's head scratching me. That's the part that bothers me though. Like I just don't get it. Like I seen a lot of stuff that I could project from these tight ends. I'm sorry, I did. Like them boys look like they can play. All they needed was an uptick in opportunities, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree with you. And I do have my theories. I'm gonna be all the way honest. I did a whole show about this, and I call it a spell. It's a spell on the whole nation, and I mean that. Like
Yeah.
I don't mean a literal spell, like there's somebody with a pentagon and they doing chants. No, I ain't
Yeah.
talking about that. I'm just saying like it's sometimes we get a groupthink that invades us that's actually not true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's so popular and you hear it so much, everybody assumes that it's true.
Yeah.
You know, that type of fog, I think, is on the nation when it comes down to the value of tight end. So, like, the facts don't match the reality. So, Will McClay, Mike Marks, all talked about the last 10 years linebackers getting leaner to match tight ends, but yet we still drafting tight ends like they're so valuable when really the whole league done caught up to it.
Yeah.
So, I think the Dallas Cowboys themselves are under the spell because they also under the reverse spell. Because see, now when they asked them, would you have drafted Zeke this high? They said, no, we probably wouldn't have drafted Zeke if we could do it again this high.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because you would never see in our history any running back that had a more productive first 6 years than Zeke. Now, Emmett, none of them dudes.
Man, Zeke
None of
was
them
off
dudes
to
at
a
all.
Hall of Fame trajectory at first. You know,
Hall of Fame. No, if you on that type of trajectory, you give away a top 4 every time.
Yeah.
But that group think that running backs are not worth it in the first round has invaded the Cowboys to where they now talking backwards because that's what's popular. That's what people are saying. But me, I took a step back and looked at it. I was like, I ain't got to follow the crowd. Let me look back. And when I take a real look back, Everything that's criticized about running back literally applies to tight end. That same goofy argument that they say about running back, why draft one in the first? Because you can get one like that in the third round. Who your best tight ends right now? Kittle, Andrews, Kelsey. Where they get drafted? Third, fifth, third. So why are we not applying that logic to the tight end? Because we goofy and backwards, and we're just saying the same thing we're hearing over and over without really analyzing it and seeing if it's actually measured Kool-Aid or not. We just saying what's popular and over, and I think our team drunk that dumb Kool-Aid. I'm being honest.
Ah, man. That's a bomb right there. That's a bomb drop right there. Like you just said it, man. Like, and I think about this, like, far as the tight ends go, like, everybody else drafting these players rounds later. Okay, do you think, I could be wrong, but I think Schoonmaker could have possibly been there later. Like, he could have been, because I don't see them grading that guy that super high like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a possibility that he could have dropped another round.
I'm going to be honest. It's a possibility, but see, the whole analyzation of tight end is goofy. Like, running back is goofy right now, and tight end is goofy.
I was going against that running back wave too, boss. A lot of people thought I was crazy. Now, look at how high Gibbs went and Bijan. I said, bro, them boys ain't no regular running back. Them weapons. Them boys went high in the first.
It got goofy after that, though.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the board real time of what was available. Bruh, it was running backs in the 5th round ran 4.2s with 20 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, 4.4 speed, 3 down backs.
Crazy.
It was crazy, the talent, but that's that goofy group thing.
That crazy narrative.
Spell. It's a spell.
Yeah.
And what happens is, when people repeat propaganda over and over and over and over again, people don't want to feel bullied, so they go with the crowd. And they start saying what's popular instead of looking back at it and being independent. Like, is this really true, or is this that people just saying this? Yeah. When you look back, it's like they just saying this because it's goofy.
Facts.
That's where the Dallas Cowboys might have been right to get him at 58. Because it was goofy to have Kincaid in the first. It was goofy to have Mayer in the first. It was goofy to have all them dudes in the first.
Hold up, Mayer went in the second, though, right? Am I mistaken?
But I'm saying they were.
I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, he went in the second.
Okay.
But I'm saying they was projecting him as a first rounder, and that's why I said I'm gonna give these tight ends literally one more year of wee woo. If I see Mayer, Kincaid, and all them top rated Washington, all of them, if all them top rated tight ends have another wump year, boy, y'all go hate me next offseason. I'm gonna be on attack mode. See, I need to wake my team up off this spell.
Yeah.
So you gotta be a nuisance. You gotta be aggressive. I know people ain't gonna like me because there's a lot of people they in love with tight end.
Yeah.
It's goofy though.
Facts.
It's real goofy. And you gotta, and I'm being honest, you gotta restore it back to sanity.
Yeah.
And if you fight for your team, I don't want my team walking off the goofy tight end cliff again.
Yeah.
You did it already with Schultz versus Amari. And the only reason we didn't burn the whole city down because we was also goofy. It should have been a riot. When we tagged Schultz and let Amari go, it should have been a riot just on the value. It should have been like, what?
Man, killing them. You killing them, bro. You killing them.
My bad, bro.
Cause you right though. You right though. Cause it don't make no sense to even. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. The whole way they handle this tight end situation is goofy, like you said. Because in my opinion, you let Schultz walk, and then you spend a second round pick on one. That's goofy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Because look, if that's the case, I wouldn't even been mad if you did give Schultz a little money. Because we could have kept him and then drafted something better in the second round, like a guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. The whole way they operated in this tight end room was mismanaging. So I'm gonna give. How long you gonna give him? Cause Schoonmaker better be better than Dalton Schultz. He better be.
I'm telling everybody. I'm being honest. My timeline is one more year. I'm giving everybody one more year.
He better be better than Schultz.
I think Schoonmaker long term gonna be ice though.
I think he can be good too, but I'm talking about like how long? Cause we in the contention window. Like you said,
3 years.
We should have just.
It's gonna take him.
Bro, we should have just kept Schultz then.
3 years.
We should have just kept Schultz then. And I ain't even want to pay him. But I'm just saying, it would have made more sense in this contention window. Yes, we should have just went ahead and kept Schultz and just paid him, bit the bullet and paid him a little money and moved on with our life and drafted a guard in the second round or even gave up a third round and moved up even higher. We could have got Broderick Jones or somebody and made him into a left guard or something, man. Like we could have did a lot of things, bro.
See, because Schultz was a blocking tight end coming out. Right?
Yeah.
We all know that he was a blocking tight end. So is Shun, right? So Shun is a blocking tight end with some upside, right?
Yeah.
It took about 3 years to see Schultz upside. It took about 3 years to see Jarwin upside. Remember, it took about 3 years to see Schwam's upside.
Yeah.
So the history of the Dallas Cowboys organization says that it takes about 3 years for your tight ends to develop into good threats. That's the facts. So all you got to go do is go look at our most recent tight end history and how they progressed, and that's likely going to be how he's going to progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you look at him likely not coming in and go take out Ferguson. The only way he go take out Ferguson immediately is if it's politics. If it's one of them, we drafted you, so we go start you BS. Well, yeah, then here we go.
Shout out to Stargazer, man. She said, well, everyone said we didn't need Schultz. And then she said Boss was the leader of the campaign. We didn't need him, but this is in hindsight.
Mad at me because I trolled her the other day. Star, she trying to get back at me. Go on, Star.
But look,
get me back.
Look, no, what's so crazy about it is this is in hindsight. You know hindsight is in 2020.
You can't get me back. Stop trying to get me back. You can't get me back on that.
Hindsight is 2020 though. Cause we saying now, like if the Cowboys was finna do this foolishness, they might as well should have just kept them. That's all I'm saying.
That's so we were what she tried to do. That's so we were what you tried to do. See, the context of what I was absolutely saying is absolutely we definitely shouldn't have tagged Schultz. In that particular market, the free agents that was in that market was OJ Howard. It was also what's my boy that went to New York? The tight end that was fast, ran a 4.4.
Oh, you talking about Evan Ingram?
Ingram. Yeah. It was also Hayden Hurst was in that one.
Yeah.
So we could have eased, and then they cost $3 million. Hayden Hurst cost $3 million, and he had a faster game speed than even Pitts.
What about we could have signed a veteran tight end too? In the offseason.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when she say I was the leader, it make it sound like I'm being decisive, like I wanted to get rid of him. Now I'm hating on the tight end. No, I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is the position itself is overvalued. I don't believe that people turning around, finding the easiest zone and turning around like a power forward should be getting paid like receivers.
Yeah.
When most of your job is finding hot pockets, that's from the easiest read. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with that. I think it's bogus. I think it's bad management. I think you can go find a whole lot of tight ends to do that. That's why pretty much if you go look at the track record of our tight end history, none of them failed. Just think about it. From Witten on, have we ever had any tight end one not do well?
Nah, not really. Blake Jarwin. Blake Jarwin didn't really produce because he got hurt, I think.
No, Blake Jarwin did produce. He produced all the way up until he got hurt.
Yeah.
He was on a 600-yard pace easily.
Yeah.
He was, matter of fact, on Witten's pace. And what happened is when he got hurt, which he took him about 8 games to get hurt, because I already looked at the history on this. That's why I know this.
Oh, okay.
When he got hurt, Jarwin stepped right in and produced the same type numbers. And then Jarwin got hurt, and then Schultz came in and produced the same type numbers.
Yeah.
So if you are looking good shopping at Marshall's and you keep coming out looking like you went to Gucci, why go to Gucci?
Yeah.
If you already look like Gucci shopping at Marshall's, why go spend more money at Gucci?
Fact.
That's what I'm saying in context.
It's
about value.
That's what makes me angry because I like we said, we did draft research, bro. You wrote a whole book. It's no way Schoonmaker was the best player available on nobody board. That's what we saying.
Yeah.
That's what makes me angry that you reached to a position we felt like we already had covered, man. Like that's what makes us mad about it.
Listen,
Absolutely.
my boy Madman said there's nothing wrong with drafting a tight end, and I got to go right after this because I got
Okay.
an appointment at 1. But he said there's nothing wrong with drafting tight end at 2. Yeah, it depends on the tight end. It
Yeah.
just depends on who the tight end is. And if I get a tight end in round 2, I don't really want a whole bunch of upside projection because that's
Yeah.
what Shun is.
Yeah.
Shun is projection. See,
Super
because everybody
upside.
talking about everybody say you have to look at Michigan and look how they used him. If you actually look, he actually did some of this, he had some of that. But see, what kind of prospects do you just give second round credits to because of projection? Who does that?
Facts.
Like, you want to see it. That's why I loved McBride last year. Trey McBride was my dude.
Yeah.
Because as a second rounder, I would have took him all day as a second rounder because he actually had over 1,000 yards and 90 catches as a tight end of production in 1 year.
Production.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about knocking. I'm not saying second round, you never get a tight end in the second or even in the first. I'm saying that is way overvalued for most of them and way overhyped.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any logical sense. If you thinking with the logic, if you thinking with popularity, then you disagree with me. If you looking at the logic of it, it's like, nah, bro. Why? See, because nobody get that type of credit but tight ends. It's only tight ends to where you can run a 4.6 and you be considered extremely athletic. It's only tight end to where you can have 600 yards in your total career and they be like, hey man, this dude got amazing Kelsey upside. It's like
they
it's
just
like, bro,
overblow your upside.
Yeah. I don't even trust my judgment on tight end. I sure don't trust nobody else's judgment because too many people get it wrong.
Yeah. It's almost like quarterbacks at this point. But yeah, boss, I appreciate you though, man. Make sure you let the people know where to find you and stuff, man. You know we're gonna be right back next week, baby. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Boss Cowboy Sports, man, where your voice matter, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. I got to run. I'm sorry. I just looked at the clock. I apologize so much, and I give y'all a proper closeout. But, man, it's Boss Cowboy Sports where your voice matter.
Let's get it, man. Y'all know I go by Landlord from Alabama. Your plug for everything about America's team, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Thanks for B-Bird with the $1.99 at the buzzer. He says we had a tight end friendly system that ain't special. Facts.
Right.
But I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share. Let's get it.
All this money in my face. Hey. I just blew a
I appreciate you, boss man. Let's get it.
Ain't no looking bad, bitch. Came a long way.
Yes, sir.
I know that they mad.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share, man. Let's get this thing out to the algorithm, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
That would make them hate. That would make them hate.
Hey.
Cause we just getting K.
And they just in the way. Hey.
Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.